Alright, hello. Welcome to my squeaky chair tutorial. Alright, so as you can see, I've got some custom textures on these brushes. I've got some custom textures on there. These were exported from another map. Um, so some first pointers is do not use Garry's Mod textures. Um, or do not import Garry's Mod into Source SDK. The reason being is because if you use textures like from another game, let's say Counter-Strike Source or something, and then you load it up in Garry's Mod, no one will be able to see that texture. It'll look terrible. It'll feel terrible. Just use Half-Life 2. Um, I think more people nowadays have Counter-Strike Source. I don't know if that's true, but whatever you feel like using, just stick mostly to one. I didn't even import Garry's Mod. As you can see, I have some Garry's Mod models here. That was PHX. I was just seeing if that would work. Which, yes, it does. You can import Garry's Mod shit and put the models in, but it's going to be an error until you render the map. So it'll work. You can put models in here. You just can't make them a static prop. They have to be a dynamic prop or a physical prop. If they're a physical prop and the server is missing the model will just be a floating error that will never fall to the ground. It's just a physical, quote unquote, error. Alright, so as you can see, custom models are working. Um, this table is a custom model, this thing's a custom model, all that's custom models, this is a custom material. Pretty much everything you're looking at is custom. So let's go from square one. So I have these two files here. This is the lights.rad and the modded vrad. So what the lights.rad is it's a series of textures that are assigned light values. This allows textures to emit light in the Source engine. Very useful. I found out that Source SDK based 2013 multiplayer does not come with a lights.rad. So you have to either create it on your own or copy it from a different game. What I do to copy it from a different game is I copy it from straight up Garry's Mod. Just go to Garry's Mod. Yeah, I'll I'll let you copy for that. I mean, because that's not really like a material thing, but yeah. So to find that, you go to Garry's Mod, and then scroll to the very bottom, and you should see it right here. A file that you've never looked at before, never paid attention to. It's always been there. Surprise. Sunrise. Some fries. All right. So you're gonna copy that. That'll work. Or you could use the one that I provide. Um, and obviously you can add your own textures in there. So if you have custom textures, feel free to add them to the top. I have no problem with that. Anyways, you're going to copy that. You're going to go to Tools and go to your installed Source SDK spaced multiplayer 2013 thing. Go right click on it, go to Properties, Browse Local Files. We're going to go to HL2MP, put that in there. That should work. If not, just put it in here. I can't remember which. Yeah, they both have lights.rad in them, so I don't know. One of those will work. It's fine. It's a small file. Go to bin, and you're gonna put the modded vrad. So there's three folders in there. Source SDK, sorry, Source 2013. We're using Source SDK base 2013 anyways, so that works. Anyways, you're going to take those vrad optimized files, you're going to drag them in there. It's not going to overwrite anything because you don't have anything named that. But you're going to scroll down until you find the non-optimized vrads. Right, so there should be the ones you dragged in there, and then there should be two more that's just regular vrad. Delete those. Not these, sorry, but the ones next to them. So you're going to delete the ones next to them, and it should break your hammer temporarily. So you're just going to browse to the Source SDK base 2013 multiplayer again, and then just open up Hammer. Go to Options. Now, you're not going to see all of what you see here, so we're going to change that. Change the config to Half-Life 2. That's fine. That works. It doesn't matter. Um, Yeah, in fact, it's using that game directory, HL2. So if we come in here, yes, it's using this directory. So that's where the game executable is, so that's fine. Keep these all the same. Info player start for default point entity class and solid entity class func detail. That's fine. Default texture scale, always keep that at 25. Default light map scale, that one's a tricky one. Depends on the map you're making. So if I'm making a small map that needs a lot of detail, I would set this to like, I would never lower that, to be honest with you. I probably would, at default, would do like 24. And then if I need detail in the map, like for light, um, like let's say there's a crisp shadow I need, I would change the light map scale on that texture to lower. So like 4, that's really low, but let's do 8 for example. That would make a smooth shadow rather than 24. Basically, those are squares of light that are calculated to look smooth in the source engine. Those squares get bigger and smaller depending on that number value. The smaller the number, the smaller those squares, the bigger your map size. So keep that in mind while you're mapping. Anyways, Half-Life 2 configuration. Um, so because we're mapping for Garry's mod, there's a few things you got to take note of. We have the Garry's mod FGD in here. We can get that FGD in there by going to your Steam game directory. So Steam apps common. Go to Garry's mod. Garry's mod. Sorry, you're gonna go to the first Garry's mod and then bin, and then you're gonna grab the Garry's mod.fgd. All right, and let's say you're mapping for Cinema, right? Cinema provides their own FGD file. What an FGD file is it's a file that tells Hammer what entities are valid. Um, Not sure how to describe this, so I'm gonna show you. So Garry's mod bin, it was in here, so we're looking for cinema. So this is like theater screen, for example. It's a reference for entities, so I could create a theater screen in Hammer. Without this file, it would not know what a theater screen is. Which I don't know if this is even working. Anyways, so once that's added, things should work better, but we're not done yet. We got to go to build programs because we changed what VRAD is. So keep game executable, BSP executable, viz executable, keep those all the same. You're going to change the rad executable. All you're going to do is add underscore optimized.exe to the end of this file path. That's fine. That's going to be exactly what you need. Or you can just browse and then go to your Sophisticate Base 2013 multiplayer bin and find that vrad optimized exe that you put inside the bin folder. So the compiled maps, this is wherever you want it to be to compile to. Honestly, does not matter. Could be anything, um, as long as it's in a valid path. Okay, so if everything at this point has been done right, you can exit Hammer and then open it back up again. And once you've opened it, you're immediately going to go to New. I'm just navigating a texture there. So once you hit New, you're going to create a little brush here. Z is how you get into this first person mode. I love that, so you can easily look around. You can get in and out of that. X is how to, here I'll show you. X is how to do this so you can actually move it in the 3D view. Um, Anyways, so to test that everything is working thus far, you're going to type in Sky Paint in the entity that you created. So create an entity, And if if everything is done right, you should be able to see the Garry's Mod entity for Sky Paint. Um, so if none of this works, if you don't see star speed, star fade, star scale, any of this, then you've done something wrong. Go back, look at what I've done, um, and try it again. Anyways, that's it for now. I think I can show you some more on the next one. Appreciate it.